Hello, good morning. This is Kenya News Alerts and this is Morning Tea Show with your host House of Zulfa. Alafu leo niwaletea mgeni. What I introduce?
Hello, I'm Philip Lewis and I'm happy to be here with you today. Welcome.
Relax. Just relax, yeah?
Yeah.
So Lewis,
Yes.
tuambie. Umesema aje Lewis?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lewis, tell us about you kidogo.
Okay. I'm a Christian. Today is on a Sunday, so that's one thing. I'm 21. Yeah, and I love being me. Okay. Firstly,
Okay. Sawa. Sawa.
I've never been to a studio, so
Okay. Sawa. Tuanze tena. Okay, so today, you're welcome. You're welcome here.
thank you. It's my
At K.N.A News
pleasure.
Alerts TV. So today we're going to talk about the conflicts. Kuna kitu ambayo inajulikana mpaka mtoto akizaliwa leo atakuwa anajua. Sawa? It is the political issue, you know, between the Luo and the Kikuyus. You know, sio unajua hiyo kitu ambayo ilifanyika pia 07 tukapigana sana. I don't know kama si watu wa other tribes who are fighting ama just only these two tribes that were fighting, you know. What do you think about that? Why is it that everything that is political lazima ikuwe about the Luo and the Gikuyus?
Okay, since independence, those two tribes are like they have been on a clash. It's like we have our own titans and Olympians in Kenya.
Fighting.
Yeah, they're always fighting. But one thing about our fighting is that this never end. Because I remember my history teacher in primary was like, there was this one time Jomo Kenyatta went to Kisumu, and he was thrown stones at. The stones was thrown. Even like the recent one, where the former president went to it happened. But this one was different because it is said that, I don't know if it is a conspiracy, I just heard that he ordered that all those men who did that to be circumcised, like by force. And that...
Now who ordered?
The president. The president and Jomo Kenyatta. And I was like, is that even possible?
You know, by the way, you know, just risking it, yeah. Even my primary teacher, my social studies then, teacher was like, there was the way that now the Raila awongea, it is because something happened to him. I don't know if it's Moi or Jomo Kenyatta ordered the two, I don't know.
Okay.
But, you know, the thing is, there are other tribes. Took 42 tribes.
43.
43?
Yeah.
Because of the Indians now?
No, kuna zingine ilitokea. The one from Congo. Yenye ilikujanga huko na ikaishi Mombasa. Yeah.
Update sasa. Kumbe your history is good. Yeah. So, there are other tribes. We had like 43.
Yeah.
So tukitoa wawili 41 of Acha Waluo and the Luo and the Gikuyus, yeah. And we are here as Kenyan people, and it's like we have no voice when it comes to political issues. Only these two tribes talking. Mara ndako Mulima, Murima wamesema aje na the lake people wamesema aje. Utasikia eti the eastern people wamesema aje, the Nile, the
Masai,
the Samburu people wamesema aje. You know, only late tumeanza kusikia. Okay, tumekuwa maybe 3 tribes kidogo because of the president wetu ni sai
Ruto
ni Mkale, the Kalenjin, you know. So it affects us as a people because they fight, and it's like sisi tumesimama hapo wengine hapo kando, let them talk, you know. Let them talk ati wamesema aje, tunaangalia mlima, tunaangalia maji, you know. And it is there have been a lot of bloodshed because of that. There have been a lot of things happening that are not good for the other tribes. And the question is, why doesn't other tribes now, other people talk about it? Ama want to get involved? Because ukisema, for example, Wakamba ni Kalonzo ni kama tu ako tu up, you know. It's like Raila, Uhuru, babake
Jomo
Kenyatta
and Odinga,
Kibaki, Raila. And
Moi, Raila.
Yeah, but then Raila was from time ya Moi,
from time ya Kenyatta.
Jomo. Yeah, na babake walonga time ya nini?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? That is a question. As a citizen, as another tribe of this
As another tribe of this loving country.
Of this country, as a people, how, because these political issues, you know, why are there only two tribes talking? Why is that?
Okay, the reason is because we are told with everything there must be a beginning. So we can imagine that the beginning, in the beginning there were no, those other tribes were not even heard anywhere.
No heard anywhere. Unajua ukisema hivyo, kuna mtu kama Masaku. Masaku like was there kwa mlima akienda kupanda hiyo stuff hapo. The Masaku people also fought.
Yes,
Kamas
they did.
also fought.
Yes, they did.
You know,
yeah.
I don't miss the scare about the Maasai fighting. But I've not heard about the Maasai. But I heard about kwa history. I don't know, nimesikia kuna watu kama wao au Masako, kuna watu kama Mekatilili wa Menza from the Giriama people. There are which other tribes? You know? But they did fight. But we only told about Dedan Kimanthi. We only taught about Jomo Kenyatta fighting, you know, but we are not taught about other people, other tribes that fought. Yeah, but they did fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what about the 6, the Kapenguria 6? Kuna tribes ngapi kwa the Kapenguria 6? Do you know the Kapenguria 6?
I used to
Let me
sing
they
them.
confirm them because
I used to sing them.
That was David Nani, Jomo Kenyatta. Let us go back there and see the Kapenguria 6. There are other tribes there. You know, it wasn't only the Luos and the Nini and the Gikuyus. Let me see the Kapenguria 6, yeah? So that thing really, me unisumbua. And I used to ask my mom back in 07, nilikuwaga class kitu. And I remember asking my mom, like,
Hawa,
why? Sema?
Bildad Kagia, Kungu Karumba, Jomo Kenyatta, Fred Kubai, Paul Ngei, and Achieng Oneko.
Now I'm searching how many tribes.
The tribes.
How many tribes are
See,
there in the
Bildad Kagia ni?
Kagia. Is that one in Mbere or something? Are there in the Kapenguria 6? Because I was asking my mom, how is it that only 2 people? And my mom was like, atujui imekuwa tu hivyo tangu the beginning of Kenya.
Yeah.
You know, sawa? And tumekuwa like, okay, sawa. Paul Ngei, is Ngei Kamba?
Yeah.
Sindio? Kubai.
Okay. I think that is it a Luo or what? I can't lie, I don't know.
Okay, the thing is, I can say yes. The thing is, other tribes fought. Sawa? Okay, I think at the end, kulibaki Odinga na Jomo Kenyatta. No, Jomo Kenyatta akuwa prime minister. And then they said that those people sacrificed, the Luo people sacrificed something, you know, for Kenya. But I think that other tribes too sacrificed because they didn't come only uko kwa central na at the lake. They came also Mombasa. In fact, when they arrived on Mombasa kwanza 1849, that's when they arrived in somewhere Mombasa. Somewhere.
Is it the?
They arrived there. The thing is, they are.
Yeah.
And tribes fought for their land. Everyone everywhere was fighting for their land. Okay, you say when it came to push and shove, ati walibaki watu wawili. But the Kapenguria 6 walikuwa ni watu ambao they were there to take this government, to tell the people to go away, you know, the Mau Mau also and stuff. But I think everyone should be involved in this. I think we need like a Maasai president, you know, sawa kuna mtu ambaye alikuwa ananiambia Tanzania, I don't know if it was a real thing then, alikuwa ananiambia eti huu mwaka ukuwa na president ambaye ni Mkristo, mwaka mwingine kuna ambaye ni Muislamu, you know, that's what they do. I don't know, sija research bado nikajua vizuri, but I think we need that kind of thing in Kenya, yeah? Because how can only 2 tribes? Sasa kama kuna issue ambayo ina trend sasa inabaki ule Luo, kuna this Luo person ambaye kwa ni soldier number 1 wa Raila, ametusi wa Gikuyu sana, amekuwa like a lot of things that I will not say here in live, you know, but and then the Gikuyu will come again and speak something. So as I'm asking, how do you feel as another tribe? How do you feel when it's like you don't have a say, only 2 tribes are going to sit on that chair?
Okay, I feel inferior. I feel invisible. Like no matter what I do, I can never be known, you know. They're like, even if I want to run for president today, I like, for example, take the one Wajakoya. Wajakoya did not fail because he did not have good politics. He failed because the strongholds did not know Wajakoya is. Like, they were like, we know Raila, we know Ruto, but we don't know these others. Unaona? Aya, Ruto had a Kikuyu backup, the one mwenye ametupa. So you are like, these 2 people, without if you are a Kamba, if you are not going to stand either with a Kikuyu or a Luo,
you're not going to do anything. So what is that? Why can't a Kamba just stand themselves na tujue, now this Kamba is good, now this Kamba is going to go, this Kamba is going to become, ama this Masai, ama this like Taita. In fact, kuna wareta kwa politics.
Taita? Do I know any? I don't.
Ambao tunawajua vizuri. Kuna Wagiriama ambao tunawajua isipokuwa tukatilili Menza. You know? Kuna Mijikenda people, you know? Kuna watu, kuna Mbere, any Meru person. In fact, kama ni the former governor of Meru somewhere.
Kawira Mangaza.
Yeah. Kawira.
Is she former?
Yeah, since I'll get impeached. I'll get impeached. So the thing is, what is that? Like, lazima tu stick na one tribe ndo tukujue politically, you know? Na nani kwanza mwenye alifanya kwanza nini isikue Machakos? Inaitwa aje? Capital ilikuwa ikue Machakos. Si ndio?
Yeah, by the way.
Like ikabaki itakuwa ipelekwe
Nairobi. I used to hear that.
You know, politically, and you say that we did not fight, but politically we were like there. Back then, we were like there.
Yeah, for example, like Masako.
Yeah.
Not Masako, I mean Syokimau. She predicted a metallic snake.
Yeah.
That would come with a white man. And they were like,
but then Syokimau was a woman.
Yeah, Syokimau was like a woman. And she predicted of a white snake, white metallic snake, that would come with a white clad man. So the people were like, what? And then after the white man come the white man, come the snake, which is the train. The train, yeah. Yeah, so
even like, Mekatili or Menza said the same thing. Said something about snakes. I don't know, they didn't, but you know, hey, we should like really talk about this. Let's go back there in history and let us meet Syokimau. Back then when you didn't know about anything about the Western person. Back then when you used to do barter trade. Back then when the Kambas were doing the long trade, they were leading in the long trade, long distance trading. And the Wanyamwezi from Tanzania and from coastal people and the Arabs and the Transaran. And you know, we were doing barter trade with no money and stuff. We didn't know anything. Okay, we had politics, but not the politics of today. No. I think we lived as one people, as a Kenyan people. And the best... people are from there.
Okay, the best thing
what
was...
What used to happen back then?
The best thing was, if I remember history, when I was in primary, social studies was divided. There was social studies and then there was history. So my history teacher used to tell me...
Goja. Which
in school there, yeah. So I used to say that Kenya was one. Okay, Africa was one. there was no Kenya, there was no Uganda. Or
Yeah,
what.
there's no Tanganyika.
Yeah, the boundaries were put by the Nini.
These people, when they came to the scramble and partition of
Yeah,
Africa.
yeah. So you would find we were ruled by, us Kambas were ruled by Nini.
A chief.
A chief. Kikuyus still we were ruled by.
But this chief did not meet and be like, unajua sasa nini.
No.
They just to know that we are going to trade with them. Like the way the Maasais and the Kambas had like conflicts, the Ngombe and stuff. So they used to like go and steal for each other.
Yeah.
What did the Gikuyu do, by the way, then?
The Kikuyus? I think Kikuyus were,
we don't know. This thing is so confusing because in the mention of these things, you don't know what the Gikuyus were doing.
Yeah.
You don't know what the Luos were doing.
Luos were fishermen.
Yeah, but were they like long distance trading?
No.
No, we don't know anything about them.
They were fishermen.
Yeah. We just know that they say the Kisii, like for example, the moment that you hear the Kisii people in being now like discussed, inaanzanga tu like na vita. Unasikia the Kisii came and they dislocated the people of Shugwaya.
Yeah.
They came, they fought those people and those people are displaced. Alafu wakapita wakaenda huko. Unaona? So that's when you hear them and you don't know anything else about them. Unasikia?
Yes.
But there's mention of the Kamba people. There's mention of the Maasai people. There's mention of the Nandi people, the Giriama people, the Mijikenda, But then I don't know where in history we went and as a Kenyan people tukafika pata other tribes to go to like Apo to go to Apo. What happened though?
We were swallowed. We were swallowed by the big fishes.
But they did sell us out.
Yeah,
they did sell us out.
Do you know, right now, Zulfa, I can tell you, name 10 of the 42 tribes. Unaweza name?
No. Yesterday I was talking to my sister and we were like, so how many tribes are there? But we were talking about like marriage and stuff, and we were like, so we were like saying, let us write down which kind of person do you want to get married to. So like, tuandike chini. Let me tell you, I couldn't mention like 7 of them.
Yeah,
just like other tribes. But they, what other tribes? I don't know what the tribes in Gari. I was like the Gikuyu, the Kisii, the Luo, the Baluya, the Taita, the Kamba.
Abagusi Mbere.
Abagusi ndeshatama Abagusi wa
kwanza. Ushasema?
Yeah.
Like,
and then we were like, because wanafanya unataka like able to andika chini, who do you want to marry you, which tribe do you want to marry you, and we were like, so tukafika hapo like, and then basically okay, other tribes because atukumbuki other tribes, and that is not okay.
Do you know, speaking of marriage, there is this conspiracy that says if there are different types of women to marry. If you want to get rich, marry a Luo or a Kamba. A Luya or a Kamba. Rich? Yeah.
Where?
A Luya or a Kamba. If you want to come from being rich to poor, marry a Kikuyu.
Why? But I think that
because she will spend from you, but a Luo or a Kamba, a Luo will spend on you.
Oh yeah.
A Kamba will help you grow. Unaona? A Luya too will help you grow. And but a Kikuyu, I don't know why people get to be so
too personal with the Gikuyus, and they're like don't marry a Gikuyu. But then there's this person was like, do not marry a Gikuyu woman because it is something, I don't know, I'm nafaa kusema, but they were like they kill you. They organize something, they take the money. Yeah,
when you become rich, they organize that you die. What they will tell you to buy land in their home, and then they. But
is that true?
Okay, partially, yeah. Because there is a story I used to hear when I was young that I don't know, he was a family friend that he married a Kikuyu. They sired. They sired, I think, 3 kids. And then once, the man relocated to the homeland of the lady. Because the lady was like, see, at home, my father's brothers are selling land. Instead of them selling to strangers, why don't we buy and relocate there? So the man was like, well, if that's what you want. So she said that behind every successful man. So the woman, there was like, okay, they went. After 2 weeks of relocating, the man died mysteriously. The man died mysteriously. He was beaten at night. It is claimed. It is some said that it was the wife's organizing, others the brothers-in-law. So you never know. So it is said that the wife, the man died mysteriously, and the wife inherited everything.
She obviously.
Yeah, because
and this is why going back like to political things, you know, and then you're told if you go to the Luo people, if you're married to a Luo person, they're still going to marry their own tribe at some point.
Yeah.
So the thing is, back to the question that I want to ask before we get into this marriage stuff is, how comes that their political issues are like so that way? Like, there's a secret that we don't know that happened back then when now Kenya was becoming ours. Hapo kwa independent, kwa ile meza walikuwa wamekaa. Did something happen? Kuna kitu ambayo, was there some betrayal? Because there's like a lot of venom between these two people. Yeah. And the way they feel they're so entitled to Kenya and the political and the future of Kenya is just like, you know, there. But sisi naona wakisi wameanza kukuja, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where they're coming from, you know, and they're kufukuzwa Kenya.
This Kenya without Kisii.
Kuna petition inaendelea wakisi wafukuzwe Kenya. I don't know why walikuwa wanafukuzwa Kenya. Yeah, there was a petition going on, so. But I see they're coming now politically. Kuna kina Matiang'I, and they want Matiang'I to become the president.
Hey, I can vote.
For Matiang'I?
Yeah, I can vote for. Like, really, do you know that man? That man was like, when I was in school, I always said, if someday I ever get to leadership point, I would just want to be like Matiang'I, because everything goes his way, like naturally.
Yeah,
he does not have to come to and start inspecting or giving promises. No,
he will speak what is supposed to be spoken,
and then he will come and find it done.
And he will follow. But then, you know, when he became the first CS of education, I remember seeing it on television that he went to St. Charles Luanga in Kitui. It is in Kitui. Alifika tu like normal. Ako najua kuna kuja CS ama nini. Just normal. Si ndio shule ambayo ina pass kabisa. Let us go and see what happens there, you know. And alifanya tu kulanda. Akafika tu, you know. And he was like, what is going on? Akapata hakuna teachers wako in class, sawa. Akapata walimu wako tu hapo, you know. And then teachers were like, where? And the principal was fired just on that spot. Wow. Why are your teachers not in class? Kunafaa kuwa saizi watu wako lab. Why is that not happening? You're the principal. You should make everything, you know. And there was this thing that was going on. Kuna huyu bado anaitwa Morara Kebaso something, you know. Accent ya Wakisi. So pia na yeye pia nasikia anataka kuwa president. I don't know Wakisi wanna come. Maybe things are going to change right now. You know, maybe things are going to be like, now we don't want all these two tribes speaking about our country like that. The only people who are they have the right to speak about everything, you know. So maybe because these Kisis are coming, like they're really coming for this thing. Sawa. Na sijui wametoka wapi man. Wamekam tu. Wamekam.
I used to hear about that Kisii kufukuzwa.
Yeah.
Ikiwa kama meme.
No, it was a real thing. There was a petition and stuff.
There was once a time that their hospital ilikuwa meme wako like Sibitari. Wameandika with CIBITARI Sibitari. And you're like God, tumechoka sasa.
No, let us go back there. Like kwa post ya hospitali.
Yeah, Sibitari.
It's like the Kisii name.
No.
Sibitari.
Si hospital. Imewekwa kwa mlango ya dispensary. Sibitari. And you're like, God, I am. Please.
Take these people mwapeleke hapo Uganda ama Tanzania, isn't it? But they are intelligent people. But then if you meet like a real Kisii, they are really intelligent. Like lawyers and doctors and people, they are really intelligent.
I had this friend once when I was in high school. He was quite charming. Yeah. Then Kisii,
and really charming and confident. Like, you don't stand a chance if a man mwenye ni Mkisia amekuja place. You don't stand it because they have this confidence and this charm. Utapata tu like you're married in that tribe, evil, you know? And hey, because I remember I used to have like this a friend of mine back in like high school. Alikuwa anaitwa Mora. Sawa? Mora, Debbie Mora, you know, was like amenyamaza kutua hapo. Yes, accent ni Mkisi nini unadhani fala, but wewe everything iko tu huko. A's and stuff. I think right now like she's a doctor or something. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So these people are coming. These people are coming.
Well, like this Kisii, if the Kisii rise, do you know it will be the beginning of almost everything. Every tribe rising
because
up.
we know when it comes like, you know, I don't know why we let these people like be the people. Like for that long we've been living only two tribes to speak.
Imagine.
For us to be our elect leaders on part there's just two tribes and we are like we are 43 people in this nini. So you know, so we should all of us get a chance there. All of us should get a chance there. Unaona? So if now the Kisis are waking up, maybe now the Giriama will wake up, maybe now the Mbere people will wake up and be like, okay, now we want what is ours. We want to be able to eat that cake that is being eaten there. Okay? So as we go on, I want us to go like you know, let us see if there's comments and then we'll read the comments. Hapa naona kuna Ann Kemboi. Ann Kemboi anasema that is true. Like we have been only letting two people lead us. Si vizuri na Kenya kuna watu wengi. Wacha sasa Wakisii waamke tuendelee na hivyo na tribes zingine ziamke. Naona kuna Kevin Nyasuje anasema yes. It is a very difficult thing and a very confusing thing. I grew up just knowing it's like only a Luo president should be or a Gikuyu president.
Yes.
And what is that? But the same.
Just because they were there during the ruling.
Were there.
Yeah, I mean, just because they were the first one to rule doesn't mean
that they should rule forever.
For
it's
a
like
time.
an hereditary thing now.
No,
it
it's
has become
not.
Hereditary right now. It has become like only. But I see after Uhuru ni nani? Mtoto wake.
Yeah.
After nani ni nani?
That is not how it should be. As a country, we should know that this country belongs to all of us.
All of us.
Not just one person.
No.
Not just one tribe. Because just that I personally hate politics. Just that because like.
No, but you should. But I used to say like. When someone asked me politics, I'm like, no, politics are
don't give me politics.
But then I came to realize how as a person, if you don't know your politics, you don't know your politics, then you don't know your rights, then you don't know the laws of Kenya, then you don't know what you are as a citizen.
Yes.
So you're going to let these people just carry you kama upepo, like wakienda tu hivi kama windsocks, wakienda tu hivi unaenda. So I think we should know, we should want to know. As a youth people, we should want to know, we should want to speak, we should want to like speak and know our politics and know our rights and know everything. Sababu maybe wazazi wetu walikuwa like hii politics ni mchezo mchafu. Wajaka na wanachukua na Wagikuyu na wanachukua ni Mlima na Lake peke yake. And then see how it has affected us because we just electing the same people and as a Kenyan people, as a tribe, as a different tribe from those two main tribes that are there, you know. Unapata it is just we don't know what is going on. We don't know what is going on. And when you go back to history, go back to our people, we used to be like everyone used to stand up for their own thing.
Yeah.
I don't know where we stopped doing that. Ama tulizimiwa wapi, ama ilibaki wapi, ujishikanishe na huyo ama jishikanishe na tribe ndio win. You should be as your own tribe. Venye Wakisii, I think Wakisii wanakuja peke yao ama wanakuja na mtu.
Wanakuja peke yao.
Unaona sasa?
Yeah.
So we're going to go on a small break and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about then can a Luo person get married to a Gikuyu person and then how does it work? Because even marriage is political. Okay? So let us go on that break.
Okay.
to know the sacrifices that Kimathi, and that is Dedan Kimathi, did for our country, that is Kenya. Okay, so welcome. So kujua mtu, unajua lazima ukitaka kujua mtu, okay, when you hear the name Dedan Kimathi, what do you think of? Ukiambiwa tu saa 6 usiku, Dedan Kimathi.
Okay, when I hear about Dedan Kimathi,
ongea ukishout. Ongea sana sababu kuna
interference. Okay. When I hear about Dedan Kimathi, all I can my brain goes to a hero, a fallen hero,
okay,
a Kenyan star of those years, someone who stood first, who stood to fight for this country, someone who made sure that this country will not be under the bondage of colonialists for all eternity. However, eternity is long.
So when the name Dedan Kimathi is a hero to you,
yeah, it's a hero.
The moment our guest anasema, the moment the name Dedan Kimathi is said to him, anasema is a hero, and that is true. Now that we're going to go back and know who is this hero and how did he become a hero. So Kimathi was born in the Geje village, Tetu division, in today's county, in today's Nyeri county. That is today's kitambo kutoka the Geje village, Tetu division, but wale inaitwa Nyeri county. His father died in September 1920, a month before Kimathi was born. Sawa?
Yeah.
Kimathi was raised by his mother, Waibuthe.
Speaking about mothers, do you know that the children of single mothers are such strong ones?
True.
Very strong ones.
Because ukisema because when you're raised by a mother alone, you see the strength of a woman.
Yeah.
You see the strength. How can because let me tell you, my dear. Jesus
Christ.
This is our small guest here, so don't be surprised, viewers.
Yeah.
Okay, we love children. Okay, so being raised by a single mother is the greatest flex of strength that you're going ever to see.
Yeah. Like, look, for example, our former president, Mr. Uhuru. Okay. When did Kenyatta die in?
He died when he was already a grown up.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry. I wanted to use a good example.
So
a good example.
Yes.
But sorry.
Yes.
If I use the current one, Ruto, that one has some mixed up. But let's say he's an hustler. He grew up well, and now he's a president.
But in life, you've seen people.
Yeah.
Like Kimathi, he was raised by a single mother.
Yeah.
His mother's name was Waibuthe. Waibuthe.
Yeah. Waibuthe seems like a very strong woman, though I don't know.
Yeah. I don't see jina Waibuthe.
Yeah.
Sawa, inakaa ni kama mtu wa
the might of a mother.
Wasiha na nini? Ufuta na siha. So Waibuthe, one of his father's 3 wives. So when he died, he left 3 single mothers. Wow. Down. So at least hapo ulikuwa na support system.
Yeah.
So ujinga ni upate mlikuwa mnachuana, but I think kitambo stepmothers didn't hate each other.
No,
they used to live and cohabitate really good.
Okay, Jesus.
Really good.
Yeah.
With each other, okay?
Yeah.
So he had 2 brothers, Waibararia and Wagura, and 2 sisters. At the age of 15, he enrolled at the local primary school.
Yeah.
Now that is what used to happen.
Yeah, kitambo watu walikuwa nasoma
wakiwa wakubwa.
Yeah. Because I remember my grandpa telling me, yeye alisoma akiwa around 9 hivi. Yeah, aliingia shule akiwa around 9, akiwa big boy.
Yeah.
And though
even my grandma told me she went to school when she was 17 years.
You see
17, and you're class 1, 17 years.
You can imagine. Na sasa 17 siku hizi, huyo ni mtu atuseme ako high school.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow.
Okay, so enrolled shule, enrolled Karuna Ini, where he perfected his English.
Yeah.
He continued his education in the secondary school Tumutumu CMS school.
Yeah.
He was a passionate writer and wrote extensively before and during the Mau Mau uprising.
Yeah.
Now, Dedan Kimanthi, my dear guest, that is the background. Hapo ni before. You know, kila mtu saizi, kuna ile before you became you, Mr. Philip. Before you, kuna ile history ya pale. Ulizaliwa lini? What is your background? Who is your mother? Who is your father?
Yeah.
Because yes, as a people tunaambiagwa, Dedan Kimanthi was a Mau Mau fighter. But do we know his mother? Do we know he had brothers and sisters? Do we know? But they do know when something happens to you, it happens to your family.
Yeah.
But people never focus on the family.
Yeah.
They only focus on you. But anything that happened, unajua ni kama vile nakuwa nasema Yesu mamake, Yesu alikuwa anatembea na prostitutes. Yesu alikuwa anatembea na wezi. How did his mother and his brothers feel? Ukiambiwa mtoto wako alienda kupiga watu kwa church. Mtoto wako anatembea na prostitutes wa hii mtaa. Mtoto wako, you know, in this society, how do you feel when you say that? Yeah. So and then Mau Mau wasn't just a good thing. Yes, they are freedom fighters, but then they were called terrorists. They
were the people who wanted a new reformation of the
Yes.
country. And to the colonialists,
Yeah.
that is very dangerous.
But do you know, before the colonialists came, it was a humble place.
Yeah.
Ni kama saa hizi usikie Somali imekuja imeingia Kenya. Na saa hizi lazima kila mtu avae dera, na ajifunge hijabu, na ajifunge ninja, na avae gloves na socks, we uslimike. You know, there are people obviously that will fight this.
As for me, I will.
You will fight, you know? You will fight.
Yeah.
So that is what, it is an invasion. Even an invasion in your own home. Kuna safe space. It was our safe space.
Yeah.
Kenya was our safe space. Africa was a safe space.
Yeah.
And then some white people came. And that wasn't really beautiful.
There is this book I read. I think I was in high school. It's called We Come in Peace. So it's about a lady, a young girl, before and after the colonialists. It shows that before the colonialists, the village was very peaceful. It is in an Ukambani village. So the village was very, very peaceful. But one day, as their father was going for the long distance camper trade, he came back with those new people. He came back with Masai and all that. But during the night, they turned against him. Yeah, the Swahili turned against those their hosts, and they were like, they wanted to take over. So, yeah, that is where they started. Point of correction. We Come in Peace is about the Muslims, how the Arabs invaded.
Mombasa.
How the Arabs invaded that village, because we are told, because we see that lady, that young girl, she's separated from the mother, the father, and everyone, and then she goes to work to a Muslim guy, where the wife treats that girl terribly, and then the girl decides to beat her up. Yeah, then she beats her up, but the first maid who was there, who was old in that home, she's the one who defends her against, because beating beating your boss is very terrible. So the maid is the one who is beaten to death, but the girl escapes. So my point is, invasion is invasion.
Have you ever read Captured?
Captured? Not quite, but I'll look.
Captured is just the same way. Captured is this little girl. She's with her father and her grandmother. You know, they say that kitambo ulikuwa unalala na shosho yako kama ni msichana.
Yeah.
Vijana walikuwa wanalala bila babu yao.
Yeah.
Because I don't think men used to sleep men and wife used to sleep in the same hut. So they're just peaceful. And then the neighboring, the Samburu, it's about the Samburu and the Massa. That's those people of Massa beat and the Turkana.
Yeah.
You know, they are fighting for cattle and stuff. So they are peaceful, and then they're invaded at night, and her dad is killed and she's captured. Now that's what's called Captured. I used to read that book a lot. And she had to resist at some point. And I think that is what Dedan Kimanthi did.
Yeah.
You grow up and you see how your people. You know, if you see those videos and how people, I saw them and I cried. And I remember I was talking to the producer, Mr. Felix, and we were like, these things is what our forefathers went through.
Yeah.
And it wasn't good.
It was not
so we were
good.
asking each other, what is the difference between Africa, and I'm not trying to minimalize what the Jews went through with Hitler. But as Africans too were kept in concentration camps, just as the same way as the Jews were kept in concentration camps by Hitler.
Yeah.
And when you read later about it, you're told that when the Mau Mau uprising was so high, the British army was asking for help so that nukes can be sent. Walipue.
Dear God.
So it could have been something bigger.
Yeah.
It could have been like the Jews. It could have been. It was, but I'm not trying to compare it to the Jews, because the Jews thing is like, it's kando kidogo.
Yeah.
But because when you look at the videos, you see that these people were kept in concentration camps.
Yeah.
And concentration camps are so bad. When you look at those videos, and you're going to see those videos, my dear listeners, they're so bad.
Yeah.
Our forefathers went through some nasty stuff,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you this phone and you're going to see some things, okay? So, Dedan Kimathi grew up and he found that they were already captured. There was already an invasion in his own country.
Indeed.
And he had to fight for it. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now after reading the invasion, not tumeona vile amegrow. Vile amegrow akiona. Obviously alikuwa anaona venye watu wao mamake anafanya kazi kwa cotton. Venye kwanza vile babake ameshakufa, obviously the women were used to work for cotton.
And they used to work for free.
For free. And the kipande system was, we shall get, listeners, we shall get deeper and deeper into this. But it wasn't a good time. I kept myself in that situation. I was like, it must have been such a tense time. Okay? So we're going to go to know him. So, what did he do before freedom fighting? Okay? So, before becoming a prominent figure in the Mau Mau uprising, Dedan Kimathi held various jobs and roles. Here are some of his occupations before his involvement in the freedom struggle. 1. He was a teacher. He worked as a teacher, sharing his knowledge and contributing to the education of his community. So you're from school now, because then they used to go and perfect English and then go to college, and then ukishasoma education at college where you're a professor now, because that education was top notch.
Yeah, you're taken to even outside the country.
Yes. So Dedan Kimathi now tumeona kama mtoto mdogo pale akiwa 15 years old, ameingia kwenye primary, amekuwa mzuri kwenye English. Alafu ameenda tena sasa amefanya kazi fulani, si ndio Sasa tunamuona what did he do before, because we want to know the man before the hero. We want to know who was that man. Okay? So now the man, he becomes a teacher. Okay? After becoming a teacher, he teaches, but don't observe. But it is painful. Put yourself, now I want as my, me, I love being creative, my listeners. Put yourself in those shoes. Now here you are, Rudy, imagine it, yeah? Rudi hapo. My guess. Jiweke in that situation. Umezaliwa kuna wazungu. Ni black and white kwanza. Sawa?
And you can imagine in those days, only the whites. The whites went to school. The blacks were like, if you are a black and you come to school, you sit like that. Well, the rest of the class is here, you are like,
kulikuwa ile racism. Hata restaurants hawezi enda huko. Ile ni ya wazungu. Ile ni ya fulani, ya Wahindi. Ile ni ya Arabs, blacks nini huko. And it is our country. So this man is looking at everything, is observing everything.
Indeed.
Pain and bitterness and wanting freedom. Where are the where are they? Where are these? That is freedom, They wanted that thing. So, he becomes a clerk. Anacha kufunza because maybe he's seen that some parents are dying, some children, some boys are being taken out. So he can't focus on that pain. So he goes to become a clerk, Then he held clerical positions in different organizations, gaining experience in administrative tasks.
Sawa.
Yeah,
Huyu
but
ndio
he
mjanja,
was-
amesoma,
Yeah,
amekuwa mwalimu,
yeah.
ameobserve, amejua, amebecome clerk. Amejua when you're a clerk, you know how to manage stuff, you know how
Yeah.
to put to combine files,
Yeah.
to typewrite,
Yeah.
to, you know, filing system and
Kabisa,
stuff.
all
Sindio?
that, yeah.
So after that, he becomes a soldier. He serves in the King's African Rifles during World War II. However, he later decided due to the harsh condition and discriminatory treatment faced by African soldiers. So when they said partition and scramble of Africa, unajua hawa watu walikuwa wanachukua blacks kwenda kupigana huko kwa Hitler. Do you know that?
Yeah, yeah.
So they used to come and carry them and go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, come carry go. Come carry go. There's a song like that. Come carry and go. So, so they used to come and carry our African men, and then they go to fight. One another kwa front battle. Venye David alifanyia Uria.
Yeah, Uria.
Uria.
Yeah.
Anaona kwa front. Ni Africans wanaona kwa front. Ni whites wanaekwa huko. Ni Africans the first line. You're the ones who are going to die. Bomb ikikuja inawapiga nyi wa kwanza.
Okay.
So our guys amekuwa nini soja?
Yeah.
Amekuwa mwalimu, amejua vitu. Amekuwa clerk, amejua administration.
Yeah.
Amekuwa soja.
I mean, sasa,
He is learning.
Yeah, and now he's
learning. Now he knows
how
compact.
the discrimination of that.
Yes, but he is
how
learning.
African men are being
And
discriminated.
he knows how. Unajua ukikuwa kwa army utajua how your opponent thinks.
Yeah.
Utajua how your leader thinks.
Yeah.
You know compact. You know compact.
Yeah.
You know compact stuff.
Yeah,
Unajua ni waeke pale to attack pale nini. So tell me, if you were Dedan Kimathi, being raised in such, going to become a teacher, seeing your students' parents dying and being overworked in concentration camps, then becoming a clerk and seeing how you're treated, even not paid sometimes, and then becoming a soldier, going to fight a war you don't even know.
You don't even know where
why
to
you're
begin.
fighting. So how would you feel?
That thing is very diminishing. It even, let's say it kills the soul, and sometimes just you're like, and you remember that you did not choose that. He was
so sad.
Those times they did not choose to become soldiers. They were just taken. Like they come and select the strong men. You know, they select the strong men from the village, and they are like, yes, we need you and you and you to go and fight for the then King George. I think it was King George. I think. Yeah. So they're like, they were taken and then forced to fight a war they don't know
why they're
fighting. A war they don't know how it began. They're just fighting for someone, for people who are not even giving them the right kind of treatment they should get as fighters. You know, there is a way that someone can fight for you and they're like, yes, I'm fighting for you, and you are appreciating it.
And I know why I'm fighting.
Yes, and I know why I'm fighting.
So ametoka huko, sawa? So these experiences shaped Kimathi's understanding of social injustice and fueled his desire to fight for the rights of his people. His diverse background and exposure to different aspects of the society contributed to his leadership qualities and his ability to mobilize the Mau uprising and movement.
By then he was like, you know, I've seen how this is going.
I've seen how we're being treated.
Yeah, and this is not fair. This is not how we should be treated in our own country.
It's like he was backed up into a corner. Umeamka uko sawa pazi, nimepata education. Nimepata job. Inafika a place they back you into a corner like hata nyinyi mmetuzoea sana.
Yeah, and they're like,
which is our country. Now you're taking us out kwa country to oppress. Now you're taking us out to kwenda to fight ambayo hatujui ni nini.
Na hadi tukifight instead of nyinyi kuwa fair, you are like mnataka tukufe sisi wote.
Yeah.
Na nyinyi ndio mbaki with the victory. And yet the victory should be for ours because they are the one who are in the front line.
And if we fight this war, but say that Asheni country to go free.
Yeah.
Because you have taken our men. Because they used to take our men.
Yes, indeed.
I think that's why in the world hakuna a lot of men.
Like now in Kenya, it's the ratio for men and women is 7
because they
to,
took our men, our brothers, our fathers, our husbands.
Some things are so painful that even if I started imagining.
After some moment, we shall play the videos of how people were kept in concentration camps. Yeah. And you shall see. Pale enteleni ku comment, you know, enteleni kutuambia how do you think that these heroes fought for us?
Yeah, and how do you
And if they
take
hadn't
them?
be added, they hawangekuwa wamefight. Ni kama South Africa.
Yeah.
South African freedom yao imekuwa juzi na bado wazungu wamejaa huko.
Yeah.
It's like South Africa ni ya wazungu bado.
And I still hear there is still
racism
and
yeah,
all that.
Tena iko vibaya sana.
Somebody once told me they would like me to go to South Africa, and I'm like, oh dear, I'm too black for that. I don't know.
But then bado huko kuna hiyo shida.
See, why can't they just get rid of them once and
They
for
got
all?
rid of them late. In 2000.
Yeah, around
Uko. So our producer now is going to play those videos. The videos of Denan Kimanthi. The operation videos. Yes. Okay. So let us go and let us go now and know wife and family. So sasa ameshaanza kujoin Mau. Ashaanza kuwa like sitaki, but bado you know the heart wants what it wants, yeah? The heart must want what it wants.
Moyo ukipenda umependa.
Umependa moyo. Moyo wake Dedan Kimanthi ukampenda msichana mmoja anaitwa Mukami. So Dedan Kimanthi was married to Mukami.
Yeah.
Together they had several children, including Waishuri Kimanthi, Maina Kimanthi, Nyampura Kimanthi, Waisheke Kimanthi, Wangeshi Kimanthi, Nyakinyua, Nyamwera Kimanthi.
Yeah. Hey. But then people knew how to plan their lives. Children. Yeah, like beginning amesoma akiwa mkubwa akaenda after that akaoa and then
no, you know, I want to unajua leo nataka to discuss. Hata leo nataka tuingie bado into the Mau because this is a topic that you're going to do today as our listeners and tomorrow. First, before to know who this man and Mau whatever, we want to know the man. You know, when you understand the man, you will understand his motivation towards fighting for this country, fighting for our independence, fighting for us to have our land back, fighting kwa nini. So let us get to understand the man. Amesoma. Amezaliwa, babake hayupo. Mamake ni single mother. Hata amjui babake sababu babake alikufa akiwa kwa ball 1 month alikufa mwezi wa 8 at the 8th month.
At the 8th month of the pregnancy.
Yeah. So now he's raised by a single mother. He sees his mother wake up. Listener. Yeke hapo. See your mother. You don't even know your father. You wake up. There's an invasion in your country. It's a state of emergency in your country. And you're seeing your mother wake up every morning to go to work, to prune cotton. A moment of silence. Imagine.
And you're like, this is the life.
This is the life I have to live.
You have to live. This is the life that is waiting for you.
For me, for my children.
After like, let's say school and all that. This is the life. Right now in this era, you are like, you see, you have a choice. But then there was no choice for our black child. The life that you see your parents in
is the life that you're going to live.
Is the life that you are going to live. In that life is the life that your children will live, and your children until I don't know God knows when. Until kingdom come.
So he observes it.
Yeah, and he's like, no.
Anaipea a chance. Anaenda shule. Anasoma. Anakuwa mwalimu. Anafunza.
Anakuwa clerk. Before.
Have you seen the Sarafina movies?
Sarafina?
Yeah, South Africa.
Oh yeah.
Sarafina.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie? I want you to look at that. That is the movie of Sarafina.
Indeed, this is very,
so
very
this man observes.
Yeah.
And he's giving it a chance, yeah? He's like, okay, let me learn. Maybe if I learn, these people will learn to treat me as their equal. Because I have learned, I can speak like them.
Yeah.
And you know, I heard that wamekataa languages, traditional languages.
Like for
they had to fight for the languages zetu ambazo tunazitumia saa hii zibaki. Tungekuwa zetu na languages, traditional languages, all of us tunaongea the same language.
This is what we are like
blacks.
You know, blacks and what we
blacks
know
American hawana language.
Yeah.
Wanaongea to the same language.
The only language we know ingekuwa ni English.
French. Latin. French. Spanish, because we are learning them.
Yeah.
You know? So sometimes this guy gives a chance. I don't know if the videos are ready so that you can see them. Okay. Okay. So we are going to play those videos tomorrow because we are introducing the man. We are introducing the man.
Yeah.
So anakuja anapenda.
Mhm.
Hata sikusoma watoto wote by the way. Alizaa watoto wangapi? We 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 9 children, yeah.
Wow.
So Muthoni Kimathi, Wangoi Kimathi, Wanjugu Kimathi. It is important to note that the family of Dedan Kimathi has been actively involved in various activities to honor his legacy and to seek justice for the injustice suffered during the Mau Mau uprising. I don't want us to tuguse story ya Mau Mau bado. I just want to know the man today, and then tomorrow you can understand. We are going from the man to the hero.
Yeah.
The man, the
Now
boy,
it's
the
the
boy,
man.
the
Yeah.
man, the hero
The
tomorrow.
husband.
The husband
The
now.
father.
The father, the brother.
Yeah.
The son. Because you're told you're a son, you are a son
Before you are a brother.
before you're a brother.
Yeah, and
you're a brother
before you are a husband.
you're a husband,
Before you are a father.
father.
Yeah.
And then you're a separate man.
And then from a father, now
You're
you
your own man now.
Yeah. You
So
become what society
tell
wants
me,
to
how
see
do you feel? This man, when you look at him, he was trying to live a normal life.
Yeah, this is a man who was trying to make something for himself. A man who walked and was like, yeah, this is not the life I want. No, this is not a life that I will choose. You know, he was a father, and I am sure he did not want his children to live the life that he lived. He did not want his grandchildren or his great-grandchildren, or not just that, even his neighbors or friends' children to live that life. So he decided, I will be another kind of
Let me
man.
ask you a question.
Yes.
If you went back in time right now and you found Dedan Kimathi, would you tell him that he's going to be shot and killed and hanged?
Okay, it is said that if you went back in time, you should not interfere. But,
I would interfere.
But if
I would tell him, Dedan, you're going to be shot.
No, firstly, if you interfere, you just kind of tamper with the reality. But at the point of Dedan Kimathi, trust me, I would tell him, you know what, you are going to be betrayed, and this is going to happen.
Because I had a question somewhere, and they were like, maybe Dedan Kimathi was the president that we never had.
Yeah, I could say that too.
Maybe. So would you interfere? Me, I would interfere. I would tell him, Dedan, my dear, you're going to be shot.
Yeah.
So avoid kwenda kukata zile miwa. Because apparently alikuwa nakata miwa. Ndo alipo alishutiwa. But we shall get back to that tomorrow.
Was he shot or hanged?
Shot. It was shot first. Then he was apprehended. But we shall get back to that tomorrow. Tusiweze kuharibu spoilers. Za kesho.
Spoilers alert.
Sindio?
Yeah.
So Dedan Kimathi is there with his beautiful wife.
Yeah.
He loves,
Yeah.
he marries, and have you read the book? Is it The River in Between?
Yeah, The River in Between.
That kind of love story.
Hey.
That kind of love story.
Yeah.
Maybe him and Omboy and Mukami used to meet somewhere
and they would just
in a river and just like share love and share stuff and be like, one day when we fight for this independence. No, maybe no. They were not like, let's fight for this.
No.
They were like, my love. Let me say, what is my love in Gikuyu? I'm trying to search that.
Mwedwa wa goro.
Mwedwa wa goro.
Mwedwa wa goro yakwa.
Huh?
There will come a day
when we will be good.
Yeah.
We should do these movies. Mbona tujafanya movie ya Dedan Kimathi?
By the way,
let us go back there. Let us see his love life. Let us see him as a man, not just as the freedom fighter. Him as a man and everything that pushed him. You're told that everything that you go through, every show is everything, pushes you towards the person that you're going to become.
Yeah.
Maybe someday utaona Zulfa ameshakuwa Al-Shabaab. And I'm saying no.
Please
But why?
become that.
But why? Ama siku moja nikuwe like, I have become a nun.
Yeah.
Why? Sababu development character huku nini?
Yeah.
Nimeacha basi acha niende.
Ukienda kwa huyu had to break. Character development.
So this man,
he was like, yeah, I have loved you, let's make babies. No, but we need a free country. Yeah, now that.
No, I think before that akimari udema kwa anafikiria kuhusu kupigana yeye. No, but the moment that you see your child,
yeah,
and you're like, no, what I went through, no, umezaa kijana, uko like kidogo kijana kifia 15 years anachukuliwa na kapigane war.
Imagine.
And I will lose my child. No, my child will not live this life that I lived. You know, the moment, let me tell you, the moment that you become a parent and you look at your child and you're like, I want to give you better. Mamangu alikuwa anakaswa kunibaia nguo za Christine, ndakuwa nakubaia nguo 3 za Christine.
yeah,
You know, so Kimathi looks at Waichuri. Kimathi is the firstborn, and it's like, Waichuri, you're not going to go through what I went through.
yeah.
So pale kwa love life ako nafikiria hivyo until you have your own child, you're like, no.
And so, you know, that reminds me of this book I read, The River and the Source. They are like somebody, one of the characters, nilisoma kitambo when I was in primary, around class 6. So one of the characters was like, he wanted to become a freedom fighter.
Yes.
So, but his, I think, I don't know, it's his friend or father or brother, went and never came back. And do you know that really scared almost the whole community after they knew that. So I was like, I think that same reason scared Kimathi. Like, going
the same
and never,
reason.
Yeah, going and never coming back. And they're like, yeah, that same reason is the main thing that made Kimathi not want at all his children, grandchildren, or great-grandchildren to suffer the same fate as his fellow soldiers in the king's army. And neither was it really necessary for him to just lay alone. So he decided to become a better man, a better father, and a better hero for this country. Yeah. So to me, Dedan is not just your hero. To me, he is what is a mentor, someone that I look up to. Like, I say, someday, if God permits me, I'd like to be like him. I'd like to make a difference in this country, to be a better man for the love of my life, to be a better father for my children.
Yeah, but then wapo umesema vizuri.
Yeah.
I think this person was inspired, like, I want to see my wife wake up in the morning and go start pruning some white man's cotton.
Yeah.
I don't want my children to be taken away from me and be sold to some slave somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it was like, you know what? We need to do something.
Yeah.
I, as a man, I need to protect my family.
Yeah.
And what can I do?
Yeah, he found that he can do 1, 2, 3.
Alifikiria maybe if I become a teacher, it will be different. It wasn't different. If I become a clerk, it will be different. It wasn't different. If I become then a soldier, it wasn't different. Now I need to do something different.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to read some comments here.
Yes.
Yeah. So, kwale kuna mtu anaitwa Plenson Felix. Anasema Naison Zulfa. Anasema Denan was indeed a strong man. That is true.
Yes,
That is true.
True.
Yeah. Okay. Now let us go back to naona hapa kuna Irene Chendai. Irene Chendai anasema Denan was one of the unsung, like really unsung, because mi kuniambia mmemwekea to street Nairobi and his family keeps on saying how they are treated really bad.
Imagine.
I don't think that is everything. Maybe the government should do more, you know? Okay.
Yeah, this government should do more for our heroes. Not just naming streets after them. Because now there is a street named after the Gen Z that was shot. You see, after Masai. But the government should even put a respectable places for them, and even they should even name counties or so. And that is my opinion. I'm not a historian or a politician, so that was just
Ibaki ni county ya Denan.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so tell me, I have asked a question, yeah. So now you're there, you're back there,
Yeah.
and everything is happening the way it is happening. I'm thinking the car na kaa venye saizi kuna kaa hivi.
Yeah, kunakaa kunyesha.
So it was like it was cloudy all the time now. Hakuna sunshine now anymore. Tell me, what would you have done?
I would have tampered with the whole history thing. I would have really tampered with it. Firstly, I would tell the Mau Mau that the Kapenguria sticks are going to be caught. I would make sure that in every place I've made sure that they will not be found. Secondly, I will tell Didan that he should not, by any chance, go to the place he wants to go that day.
Mwambie kaa kwa nyumba.
Yeah, kaa kwa nyumba.
Unasikia?
Or
But
just
then
get
no,
out.
hata spoil. We're not going to spoil for the people right now. We are not going to spoil for them right now, yeah? Because today tumesema tuongelee just the man. Just the man Denan.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But then unajua Denan kwa dread kama hizi zangu. Dready.
Yeah, what a dread.
You know the moment that you decide kuanza kulea madread umeanza kuwa rebellious.
Yeah.
Sawa?
Not all are rebellious.
No, it's true. But then, let me tell you, okay, I think saizi wameanza because unaona saizi mashule wamekubali watoto wakuwe na manywele.
Yeah.
But kitambo because of the Mau Mau and everything being associated with the Mau Mau,
Yeah.
the moment umeshaanza kuwa nywele karefu kidogo.
Yeah, they are called unruly.
Madread, unruly, yeah. And you're told like, huyu ameshaanza kuwa sijui aje ameanza kuvuta bangi huyu.
Yeah.
You know? And today let's just know about the man and the woman. How they loved each other. How they started a family, and how they hope that things were going to change, and things didn't change.
I don't know. I don't know if it's okay. I forgot to research that, but I think the wife is she still alive or something?
Yeah, she's still alive, and she was too. But we shall get back to that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Don't try to introduce that. I just want to know them. Mukami na Kimathi.
Yeah.
Mr. Kimathi.
And Mrs. Kimathi.
Trying to raise a family.
In
We
a
are
world.
already in a country. In fact, I think the entire world was in a state of emergency.
Yeah.
Because the Jews were there going through their own thing.
Yeah.
And then now they are in Africa. Kituendelea Kenya, kituendelea Tanzania.
Indeed.
Kituendelea Tanzania, kituendelea. I don't know about the Middle East though then. But they bana tujui story ya Middle East then.
Middle East was the same because it was I think those countries were colonized by others, France, Italy, like this French was in.
But okay, what we know about the Middle East is that the Arabs were trading with us.
Oh, the Arabs. I don't think the Arabs were colonized, were they?
Yes, nakwambia maana tujui story yao.
Our history does not cover that.
But because we were told barter trade was before colonization.
Yeah.
The Trans-Saharan, whatever, the Libyan, whatever, and stuff, you know. So
what I know is that the Middle East came to colonize us first. Well, the first colonizers of Kenya, because in that, as I have said, in that book We Come in Peace, there is those Muslims were the ones who bought that family. Were the ones who bought the family of that lady, and they were like, you know, we want you to work for us, unaona. And it was kind of like they thought they were friends. Instead of being friends, they turned out to be foes. Aya, another thing is that I think was it in Zanzibari where they were ruled by Muslims too.
And but then I was talking about with my sister that kind of thing.
Yeah, they were ruled.
Why Ali move his name from Muscat to I want to ajom.
Oh God, what was his name?
Sumahal something, so Sumahad something,
Yeah.
a Muslim name, yeah?
Yeah.
So what we are trying to, as we close up this show, yeah, today we are learning about the man. And this is a new show, Upper Kenya News Alert. Inaitwa Government and History.
Yeah.
You know, tumeona venye watu wanaenda wajui their rights.
Indeed.
They don't know their government. They don't know their history. That's why itatumika vitatumika.
Yeah.
But let us go back there. Let us know when this country was fought for. What happened? Who are the people fighting for this country? And who are the people fighting for it now? So we're going to compare those people and right now and see where we went wrong as a people and as a country. Yeah. So today we're introducing the man. Tomorrow we shall be dealing with the Mau Mau now, the hero. The Mau Mau leader.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much. This was my guest,
Philip Lewis.
and I am your host, House of Zulfa. Karibu and bye bye.
Ciao.
Hello, habari, good morning. This is Kenya News Alerts, and this is Morning Tea, and I'm your host, House of Zulfa. And today also nimeletea mgeni pia ambao tuko going to discuss some issues, so I'm going to let the guests introduce themselves.
Hello everyone, I'm Lewis Philip, and I'm happy to be here with you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Karibu.
Asante.
So Kenya, ukoaje?
Niko poa. Yeah, kupambana na hii life too.
Una feel Kenya ikupeleka aje?
Kenya is not everyone's cup of tea, so. So yeah, we just have to
bear with it, yeah?
To bear with it.
Because it is our country.
It is our country, it is our home. We can't.
Because we love it.
Yeah.
Unajua unaambia ukipenda unakuwa fala. Unakuwa tu fala, unafunga tu macho to some things, yeah.
You can't do anything about it.
You can't do anything. You won't abandon it.
You can't.
Ukishapenda hata akue aje.
Hata kufanyia.
Now Kenya is our love, yeah?
Our first love, by the way.
Yeah.
Hadi akitua to break, we are like, tusha jitolea.
No, like maybe hakuwa na intent.
Yeah.
Maybe ilikuwa mistake.
Ilikuwa makosa.
Maybe hakuwa anajua ni mie na heart. You know, you give it excuses, yeah? When you love something.
Indeed.
And this is Kenya, it's our first love.
Yeah.
Because the moment you're born, you're Kenyan first. I think you're Kenyan first.
Yeah, you're Kenyan
Before
first.
you're even your tribe, you're Kenyan first, yeah?
Yeah.
Before useme wewe ni Mkisi. Sindio?
Yeah.
Yes. So, welcome to our studios.
Thank you.
So good to have you here.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So, kuna kitu ambayo imehappen. Si kama ambaye unajua our former president. Mtoto our first prime minister.
Yeah, Mr. Uhuru
Jomo Kenyatta. But jina yake kwa ni Jaden for real.
I hear Jaden.
Call him Jaden.
Mwenye alimuita Jaden alijaribu.
Inakaa joke sahi.
Yeah.
After when you're called as a child, when you grow up, inakaa nani alikuita hivyo?
And everyone is like,
it's like